So I wanted to do a little video about how much my relationship has changed since I've given up alcohol and cocaine. Um, Now, my relationship I've been in for about 6 years, and when I first met Marcus, we were both very much sesh people. We loved a big drink, and we would always like have a drink and then go back to someone's house together or whatever. It would be party at my house, and I was always the coke head. I was always the one that was like pushing for a bag of coke and pushing to get coke in and everything else. And throughout our relationship, especially after lockdown, we were doing it more and more. And that was because of me, because I was constantly sort of saying, well, let's get it in, let's do that, let's do this. And, it could have ended up that he got a problem with it in the end because of the fact that I was so addicted to it. Anyway, our relationship became very toxic because there were times when he would go out with the boys and then he wouldn't come home. There were times when I would go out and I wouldn't come home. We would like be really horrible to each other the next day after a sesh because of the lack of sleep, because of the fact that it can cause psychosis after a while and stuff like that, and our mental health was to shit. And I was literally at a point where I thought this relationship's not going to work. Like, it's not going to work. I'm going to have to walk away. He felt the same. We loved each other, but we didn't feel like we could be together because it was good sometimes, but we knew that that was what was ruining us. And if one of you is on like your journey and one of you wants to do it, it's fine. But if both of you want to do it, then you've got every chance your relationship can get better. So for me, I was the one that had a problem with coke, but Marcus has stopped taking coke completely. Like, he's completely eliminated it from his life, which I'm so grateful for, because I cannot be with somebody that takes drugs. I just can't. But he's never ever been a massive drinker. He doesn't have a problem with drink, and he doesn't drink in the house. He doesn't bring drink around the kids. He doesn't drink around me much. And I can handle him having a few drinks. If he's gonna have a big drink, he'll go out with the boys to do it. However, the changes that we've both made and the amount of like, he has cut down so much, and it's massively changed our relationship. Like, I'm the happiest now than I've ever been. I'm literally the happiest, probably the best relationship I've ever had. And it makes me realise now that some of the relationships I've had in the past probably would have worked, had I not have been drinking, had I have prioritised the relationship. So I just want to let people know, really, that there is hope. Don't think that, your relationship is shit and it's awful, because you will change as you get sober and clean together. And initially it was really scary because I thought, like, well, what are we going to have in common apart from, like, because we both used to love the sesh so much. Like, what are we going to talk about? What are we going to have in common? And we do so many nice things together. We go to so many nice places. We still go and watch live music together. And he'll have a couple of pints and then stop, which is something I would never be able to do. And I'm okay with him doing that. And that doesn't trigger me in the slightest. And he supports me. Like, he doesn't he would never encourage me to drink. In fact, like, he would probably leave. Well, I know he would leave if I ever went back to it because of how good things are now. But I just want to let you know, really, that even if you are in a position where you think your relationship is really toxic and you think it's absolutely horrific, if you eliminate things like alcohol and drugs, you'll actually get to know the real person, and it'll test how strong your connection really is. And in my case, we've come out the other side of it, like, and I literally love him more now than ever. Don't get me wrong, we have our moments, like, every couple does, but like, he's my best friend. I love his company. I want to be in his company all the time. Like, today we spent all day together. Friday, when I went to Stereophonics, I went over to sit with him, and I just miss him when I'm not with him, because we have that much fun together, and it's great. And I just want you to know, really, that you might think that you need to walk away from a relationship, but as long as you're in it together and as long as you communicate clearly and you both know what, your boundaries are, it can work. I couldn't be with somebody that ever takes drugs again. But I can be with somebody that drinks. Like, obviously I've been with Marcus now, and he's carried on drinking. Like, he's cut down massively, but he has carried on drinking on the weekends and stuff, when he goes to darts or when he goes out with the boys. And I'm okay with it. I really am. As long as there's no drugs involved. And I think if you're in a position like that where the other person hasn't got a problem, so you can't really force somebody else to give it up if they haven't got a problem either. And he's had to adapt to my changing as well, because I've changed a lot as a person from going sober. I'm not the same. Like, when we go out now, I'm completely different to what I was like before. Before I was wild, like, and I'm quite placid and calm now. But yeah, your relationship can work, guys, if you work through it, if you both want the same thing. So don't think that you're doomed if one of you's got a problem, because it doesn't mean that at all. You know, anything that's worth working through, you know, if it's worth working through, you will work through it. That was kind of a long ass message, but that's what I tried to was trying to say.